was his is now mine. And if I die first, whatever was mine is now his. The government classifies us as one. So when it comes to RSPs, if we happen to pass away before the age of 71, before it turns into a RIF, it's really just a documentation change that's going to change the ownership and the annuitant, or the ownership of that RSP to the surviving spouse. There's no tax obligations. There's really nothing that happens too much on the CRA side because of that spousal rollover. Where we start to see a little bit more confusion is when we have an RSP owner that passes away and they did not have a spouse, or their spouse has already passed. So in Canada, we have what's called a qualifying beneficiary, or a qualifying survivor. And really what that means is if you have a qualifying survivor as your beneficiary for a registered product, that is a non-taxable event. So what is a qualifying survivor in Canada? It's not only just your spouse or common law partner, it could also be a dependent child or grandchild. So this would be somebody that you are financially responsible for. And so if we have a designated beneficiary in Canada who, for that second spouse, if they are taking care of a grandchild, if they are taking care of their disabled child, there is that possibility that the spousal rollover almost mirrors that type of event, where that asset now gets transferred over to that disabled or financially dependent person on a tax-free basis. They would assume the product, and at the time that they start to receive an income on that, they would pay taxes on that income as they receive it. So there is a number of different ways and things that happen to us when we pass away and we're married versus not married. Ultimately, when the last spouse dies and there is no qualifying beneficiary left over, that last spouse must take 100% of that in as income on their final taxes and pay income tax on that.
Thank you, Shannon. Can you, DJ, can you just